Hello, my friends, and welcome back to some more Fallout New Vegas with Mordecai and our brand new companion, Waking Cloud. Before we really start, since it was pointed out to me by actually multiple people last time when we were traveling around with Follows Chalk, and we went into... was it the fishing lodge? The place where we got this super cool armor last time? There was supposed to be a gun, a weapon in that bag where we got all this armor. And I'll put the clip in right now. If you look closely, you can actually see Follows Chalk stole it from us. He went up to the bag and he took the gun out. So I had no idea that he did that and that there was a gun here. This is the gun in question, called Colt Melian, because if you look at it just right, kind of hard to get a good view of it, it has a chameleon on the actual gun. Here, I'll just use the console to help me here. Right there. Little chameleon. It is a Colt 45 unique variant, and it just looks amazing. And I had no idea it was in that bag because he stole it from us. So... thank you to the mod author and the few of you who mentioned it in Discord. That's freaking hilarious, but it looks awesome. Anyways, we now have a new way to kill people, a more efficient way. I wonder... oh yeah, it's like double the damage of a regular 45 pistol. That's crazy. We do lose the silencer, but that's fine. But yeah, we did get Waking Cloud at the very end of last video, so we're just going to hang out with her today instead of Follows Chalk. And that's perfect because there's a set of essentially unmarked quests that I would like to finish today. And I feel like this is pointing me towards the first set. So we will... I can't fast travel. Oh, hello.
By the rivers of Babylon there we sat down. Yea, we wept when we remembered Zion. Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it even to the foundation. O daughter of Babylon, who ought to be destroyed, happy shall he be that rewardeth thee as thou hast served us. Happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stones. Do you know what it means?
You don't want to leave Zion. You'd rather kill every last one of the white legs.
Given those two choices, yes. In the best of all possible worlds, they would just leave us in peace. But they won't. I don't enjoy killing, but when done righteously, it's just a chore, like any other. Practiced hands make for short work, and the good Lord knows there's much to be done here.
That is possibly my favorite line of dialogue in any video game. It's definitely my favorite in New Vegas, but that might be my favorite in any video game. The way he says it, the delivery of it is just, so badass. Such a cool character. I love Joshua Graham. This conversation just got pretty dark. What was that about? Happy dashing the little ones? Why are you talking to me about it? You'll get no argument from me. Those white legs are human garbage. Why are you telling me about this?
Daniel and I don't agree on everything, but in our hearts, we both want what's best for the Sorrows and Dead Horses. You've seen what the white legs do, and I think you know what has to be done. If Daniel hears it from someone other than me, well, Zion may not be lost to us after all.
I'll talk to him about it. Maybe he can be persuaded. Yes, what has to be done is you have to get these tribes out of here. No, I can talk to him.
Thank you. It will be for the best.
Gosh dang it, Joshua Graham. I'm trying to do some unmarked side quests, okay? I also want to talk to Waking Cloud. I don't know. Maybe we won't get around to it today because there's a lot of stuff we have to do, I guess. Let's talk to Waking Cloud.
Katubiu.
You have any family?
I do. A fine husband and 3 children. I miss them each day, but I take comfort in knowing they are safe.
Safe? Where are they?
When we learned that Salt Upon Wounds had defiled Zion with his presence, Daniel ordered the children, the old, and the sick evacuated from the camp. My husband volunteered to lead the hunters that went with them for protection. I try not to worry about them, but we have had no news for so long, and Daniel seems sad when I ask him about it. Sad and a little frightened.
I could talk to him. Maybe he'll open up.
Perhaps he will. I sometimes feel he thinks he must protect me. If he has news, I would know of it.
Okay.
Then I will look forward to our next speaking.
So this is her companion quest.
I'm glad to see you're still with us. How can I help you?
Tell me about Waking Cloud's family. Why do you need a map of the Grand Staircase? Is there any other way I can help the Sorrows? Yeah, let's ask that.
If you could part with it, healing powder would be welcome. We have enough stim packs for now, but we can't rely on that small supply. Brock and Xander plants can be found throughout the valley, and you might even find some on Whitelegs you come across.
Have all the healing powder I own. I'm never going to use it anyways.
Ah, that's great news. We can use anything you can offer. Thanks. That will help a good deal.
Nice. Why do you need a map of the Grand Staircase?
Grand Staircase is farther east, deeper into the Colorado Plateau. The Whitelegs were able to reach us here, but it's only because Zion is close to the Long 15. They can't pursue us east of here. It's too wild. Throughout our history, we have called many places Zion. This valley is full of God's beauty, but it's just a place. Zion is more than this. We cannot use any and all means available just to protect stone and water and a piece of sky. We have to hold on to our faith. Far more enduring. If we sacrifice grace for a piece of land, we may live in this valley, but we will no longer dwell in Zion. It's better for us to leave now.
All right, and tell me about Waking Cloud's family.
What do you want to know exactly? I'm sure she could tell you much better than I.
She said one of her births was difficult and you helped her through it.
Oh, well, that's true. Waking Cloud is a talented midwife. She certainly brought more children into the world than I have. But there are some problems she's never dealt with. One of them came up when she was having her third child, and I really didn't do much. I'm surprised she mentioned it.
Did you help the rest of her family leave?
I did.
What's the matter? Did something happen?
Her 3 children are safe. They made it north weeks ago and met up with New Canaanites heading east. Her husband didn't make it. He died protecting their children from a Whiteleg attack. Do not tell Waking Cloud. She is one of the only Sorrows who can communicate easily with us, and her tribe needs her to be strong right now.
It's her husband. Don't you think she has a right to know? I don't think you should hide this from her, but I see your point. It's her husband. Don't you think she has a right to know?
To everything, there is a season. Who are you or I to put this heavy burden on her now?
You're the new Canaanite who's supposed to help lead these people, not hide things from them. Yeah, see, I don't like Daniel. This is why.
I know, you're right. I shouldn't have hidden it from her in the first place. We can't fail here again. Zion can't become the next New Canaan. The Sorrows don't deserve that. They don't deserve any of this. Sometimes I look at them and wonder if they would have been better off if those old trails had stayed forgotten. If we had never found any of them. Tell Waking Cloud if you think that's best. I won't stop you.
Okay. Does he actually sell stuff?
I should be able to address most common problems. What's the matter?
Medical supplies.
I can provide medical assistance. I can even use supplies that we have here. But I can't just sell what we have. I need to address problems as they arise. And most of those have to do with the Sorrows or dead horses.
Most of the Sorrows and dead horses are protected. I'm out there getting shot up by the Whitelegs. I'm trading pre-war goods and supplies from the wasteland. You need those too, don't you?
I do. All right. I can provide you with supplies, but be frugal with them.
All right. Wow, that's pretty bad. Although this is pretty good. I guess it's considered a drug. But it actually heals quite a bit and gives you some poison resistance. Huh. Honestly, even the healing poultice here is really good. I'll buy some. I don't know if I'll ever use them, but I'll buy some. All right, good news. Your husband's dead.
Katubiu.
About your husband, I'm afraid he was killed by white legs during the evacuation.
What? No. You must be mistaken. Daniel would have told me.
I'm afraid so. Daniel kept it from you because he's a dick. I mean, because he thought the grief would distract you or something.
How dare he? What gives him the right? I thought Daniel was my friend, but he cares nothing for the sorrows.
He was only doing what he thought was best for the tribe. It wasn't an easy choice. I agree. It was arrogant and cruel, not exactly the kind of thing a friend would do. You're right. Now what are you going to do about it? He was only doing what he thought was best.
Perhaps. I will have to have a very long talk with Daniel when all of this is over. Thank you for telling me this truth.
Basically free XP. What about you?
Welcome back. What can I do for you?
What do you know of salt upon wounds?
He's a butcher. Believe me, I know the godless fire that burns in his heart. I've been burned by it myself. He's not the kind to let his subordinates do all the killing. No, he likes to have a hand in it, with that spear of his. He's fashioned himself an abomination before the eyes of the Lord. I'm happy to serve as an instrument of divine justice.
Okay, do you have anything to trade? See if he has any more ammo. Oh, he does, thank goodness. Thank goodness, we are very low on 45 rounds. Can I ask you some personal questions?
It's not something I enjoy, but I pray to God that someone may learn from my mistakes. What would you like to know?
Were you always with the New Canaanites?
I was born in Ogden, what people came to call New Canaan. Things were more peaceful when I was growing up. When I was a young man, I went out into the world to do missionary work, as all New Canaanites do. I traveled along the Long 15 and followed 89 south into Arizona. Along the way, I met two men from a group called the Followers of the Apocalypse. Edward Sallow and Bill Calhoun. They came to teach the tribes. Calhoun was a good man. Edward was the one who got us into trouble down the road.
Was one of those men Caesar?
No, not then. Back then he was just Edward. Smart man. Young, but we all were. We thought we could hike into the Grand Canyon and talk to Blackfoots. We did. And the Blackfoots were friendly enough at first. But eventually... I've thought back to that day so many times. I must have mistranslated. Something must have been mixed up, because the Blackfoots decided we weren't going to leave. The rest is history, assuming Edward hasn't changed it.
How did you end up as his legate?
This way lies the path to hell. Caesar needed me to translate. Translation became giving orders. Giving orders became leading in battle. Leading in battle became training, punishing, terrorizing. A series of small mistakes before a great fall. And I stayed in that darkness until after Hoover Dam. After I failed Caesar and he had me burned alive, thrown into the Grand Canyon.
How did you survive?
I survived because the fire inside burned brighter than the fire around me. I fell down into that dark chasm. The flame burned on and on. The next morning, I woke up and crawled out of the northern edge of the Grand Canyon, that cursed place. It took me 3 months to reach New Canaan. It was as though the prodigal son had returned. They welcomed me like I had never left. Never done anything to shame them. The fire that had kept me alive was love. Their love. God's love. I will never be able to repay the debt I owe to them. But I must try.
Okay. Are you in a lot of pain? Is there anything I can do to help?
You are kind to offer. But no, there's nothing you can do. We don't use chems. But I learned long ago that I'm immune to their effects. It never stops burning. My skin. Every day I have to unwind the bandages and replace them with fresh ones. Exposing my body to the air is like living through it again. But it's better to be clean than comfortable.
Ugh. Just put a bullet in my head.
It's not...
Okay, what do you know about the war between Caesar and the NCR?
I try not to involve myself with matters of the Mojave anymore. All I know is from before the Battle of Hoover Dam.
What do you think of the NCR?
Better than Caesar, but that's not a high standard. Too much love of money and ownership. Not enough love of God and giving. Any society that derives its power and authority from the will of man alone lives apart from God and will crumble in the end.
Okay, and what about Mr. House?
I had heard of him, but when we were preparing to enter the Mojave, he didn't seem relevant to what was happening. From what I've learned since Hoover Dam, he handled the Mojave tribes in a fashion not entirely dissimilar from Caesar. It's too bad.
And what do you think about Caesar?
Love the sinner, hate the sin. With Caesar, it's often very difficult to see through all of that sin to the person inside. I can say that we were both lucky that NCR supply lines and land routes north of Mojave Outpost were destroyed before the Battle of Hoover Dam. Something bad happened near Death Valley, at a place called the Divide. NCR couldn't cut across anymore, and it slowed down the reinforcements. Terrible storms ripped entire companies apart before they even got to Nevada soil. The aftermath of Hoover Dam could have been even worse for Caesar.
What's that, the Divide?
I don't know for certain, and I don't think NCR knows either. Whatever happened at the Divide was too much for them to handle. Our Frumentari told us what they saw. Only fools and madmen would march into a place like that. All roads wind down to the same spot, the grave. They said all that's left there is a gaping wound cut into the earth, cursed and damned. No place for God-fearing folk.
Well, I'm sure we'll never hear about the Divide ever again, so it doesn't matter. We're not going there.
God be with you.
Oh man, I didn't think that would take so long, but I don't know. To me, the best aspect, other than the environment about the Honest Hearts DLC, are its NPCs. So, you know, we might spend the first 20 minutes of this video just talking to them, but I'm okay with that. I hope you guys are as well.
I am always a little sad to leave the Narrows, and happy to return.
Anyways, what I wanted to do was finish this little unmarked quest you can do. But I feel like, there's a certain way to do it because the things you're looking for are dated, and I would very much like to read them in the order that they were written so it makes chronological sense. But I don't know if the game actually like pushes you in a chronological way, if that makes any sense. Like you kind of just stumble upon them out of order. And maybe that's what they wanted, but I would very much like to do them in order. So give me a second here. I'm going to look it up. Okay, so I did look it up, and our first cave that we need to go to is over here by the Dead Horses camp. And, I think it's this way, maybe. We're looking for a cave. But I don't know. Oh, is it down here? It's been a long time since I've done this DLC. Entrance to Fallen Rock Cave. Yeah, let's start in here. Ooh. I won't set the tripwire off to you. No? Okay, that's nice. We have the light step perk, so you really only interact with traps now because they give you stuff. It says there's a trap here. I don't actually see it. Maybe it's right below us. More traps. A dead guy who tried to get in here. Is there anything going on over here? Okay, this way just leads out, so I guess we found a second entrance. Let's go this way. There's a unique pistol over here. The compliance regulator. Is that unique? I feel like I've seen that before. Looks unique. I feel like it's a mod though. I don't think this is normally here. We will take all this. Very, very good. We can hotkey that. I do want to use our pistol at some point, but here we go. A bunch of loot. Nice. Why is the game telling me there's a star there? Oh, okay. We need to actually go into the inventory UI for it to count. Okay, good to know. Let's take all the energy weapon stuff. Maybe the compliance regulator is here. Anyways, this is what we're looking for. The terminal here, because this is where the journal starts for one of the coolest little stories pre-war that I feel like you can find in any of the Fallout games. So, year 2077, October 28th, 5 days on foot, still can't sleep. Outside, it's like nothing happened. Sky looks wrong, that's all. Hike back to overturned National Guard truck near Tokerville. After blisters heal, maybe. Looks like USGS team was researching something here in this cave. Cleared out when the bombs fell. Left equipment behind. Probably thought they had families to run back to. The next day, October 29th. Char must have said this out loud 1,000 times walking here. Maybe writing it will feel more like you heard. You were right. I was north of Spanish Fork. I took the 77 along Provo Bay to steer clear of town. Would have been home in an hour. Engine died. Truck just stopped. So did a Chrysler in another lane. Knew right away. First nuke hit Salt Lake City inside a minute. I was looking south. Lucky man. Flash behind me so bright, world looked like it was on fire. Old couple from the Chrysler starts screaming they can't see. Didn't watch you die, Char. Saved my eyes. Counted 12 more flashes in the next 7 minutes. The ground shook each time. 10 seconds later, when nothing hit for half an hour, took a look. Globe of fire where you and Alex died. Didn't kid myself. Didn't know what to do. Grabbed my pack and rifle. Saw to the old couple. Sat them up against a car. Let them hold and comfort each other. Told them I was going to get help. Everything would be okay. One bullet through both heads. Instant. Jeez. 5-day hike back to Zion. You told me. Stop running off to the wild. Man belongs with his family. You were right. You were right. You were right. You were right. Wasn't there to hold you and my boy. Died without me. Never touch you or him again. Should shoot myself. What I deserve. Can't. Maybe soon. And then Halloween. Black rain falling outside. Geiger jumping. Should let it kill me, but bottling water from the back of the cave all the same. November 2nd. Sounds dead outside, but can't look. Geiger goes lethal 15 feet from the cave mouth. Do the math. Radiation goes down before water runs out, or I never leave this cave. Yes, what a pleasant little story, and it keeps going for a very long time, but it is just some of the best writing in New Vegas, in Fallout, in my opinion. So the next year, January 1st, Happy New Year. 2 months in a cave, still lethal outside. Don't get it. An army, they said 2 to 4 weeks cleared Fallout. Less than a month's water left. I've been mopping condensation off cave walls, wringing shirt into bottles, trading calories for H2O. Food stocks are holding. Thanks, USGS. If there was even a chance I'd see the two of you again, I'd run outside. January 10th. Sounded like windstorm out there for 2 days. Radiation down 500. What happened? January 15th. Took a peek. Snow. It glows green. January 28th. Radiation low enough I could risk short exposure outside. More important, cave stream now drinkable if I used rad drugs. January 30th. There's nothing alive out there. And there's our first set. Now we need to go find the other ones. Yeah, this is why I wanted to do them in order, because I think normally the game kind of just directs you to a random log in the story, and then you can sort of find the rest of them. But then you start like halfway through the story, and I don't want that. I want the full experience here. I want to know the whole story in order, so we will head to the next one. Okay, so we're making our way to the next one. Looks like some enemies have already respawned, and I do want to try out the pistol here. Pretty good, but these are just bugs, I guess. Don't really stand a chance either way. Except for bloatflies, which I cannot hit because they move slightly to the left. Most evasive of maneuvers. Ooh, okay, white legs. Now that's a little bit better. Can we get a VATS headshot? Surprisingly didn't kill them. And a second shot did. Coyote with the plunging attack. He just killed himself jumping off the ledge. Maybe he was suicidal. That's sad. Poor little guy. Okay, yeah, so I think there's another
This is the only shore path from the Narrows to Pine Creek. They will be cut to ribbons by these traps.
What should we do about it?
Disarm the traps if you can, or find the white legs who place them and drive them off. Our advanced scouts should be able to deal with them if they don't have to fight off raiders at the same time.
These traps must have come from somewhere. I bet the white legs who placed them are still around.
I would suspect you are right. Perhaps we should try to find them before they lay more traps.
Sure.
As you say.
I'm more interested in finding more journals, so that's what we're going to do, though. We'll do your quest maybe next time. Okay, this is the next one. Yeah, it's such a great quest because you really do have to explore the entire valley for it. And even if it was just a great story that encouraged you to explore the Zion Canyon, that would be good enough for me. But the rewards that you get are awesome too, which is such... I really, really wish more game companies, more game devs would do this kind of stuff where you get rewarded well for going out of your way to do stuff. So many games have you explore, like the perfect example is Avowed. If you've ever played that, there's hidden loot all over the place, but it's just generic, randomized stuff in a chest. Like it's not, like what do they call that? They, like it's the difference between Morrowind and Skyrim. Skyrim, I found a Daedric longsword in a chest, which is pretty cool, but it's the same Daedric longsword I found in the other chest. It's just this one's ice. Nothing is hand placed. I wish games would go back to that because that's what makes exploring so fun, in my opinion. And New Vegas does a really good job of it with this little set of unmarked quests here. Electric door control. Turn it off. And we have another survival cache here. It's also just an awesome way to get a bunch of loot and stuff. That's why I like leaving my gear behind so we can actually loot these and get some use out of them. Explosives crate. That's a lot of explosives. We shall take it. Rataway bobby pins. Another one. I should really use explosives more. They're so much fun. And we have our second terminal here. Year 2083. So it's like 5 years later, I think. May 5th. The comeback goes on. Add prickly pear to the list of survivors with honey mesquite and banana yucca. Odd nodules and mutations, but safe to eat. Harvesting oh so careful. Never take more than a fifth. Mouth waters every time I'm about to eat something that isn't from a can. May 7th. Clouds of those stinging flies near fallen tree I call the napper. Little flashes in the cloud. Something dragonfly size that zaps them mid-air, then scoops them up. Something new. May 19th. Bighorn sheep, a family, a ram, an ewe, and a little one. God damn it. May 20th. The sheep were different, brawny. Ewe had curved horns just like the ram. Seen some tiny lizards, but this is first time seeing animals this big. Fingers crossed, 5 to 10 years breeding fresh meat, hides, and horns. I know it's time to go back, Char, when winter has passed. A year later, June 14th. Just got back, tired, good scrounging along the way, ended up dragging back a cart of stuff. Right tomorrow. Sleep. June 15th, departed April 10th, walked to Salt Lake City, took 15 days. Would have been 7 to 9 back in the old days, but had to circle pockets of radiation and foraged along the way. Don't know what I was thinking. Imagined I'd find my house, dig through rubble, find something, ear bones I hoped, and little nuts. Would have buried them, here in Zion maybe. Salt Lake City is mostly craters, warped steel girders where high-rises sat, mounds of bricks. Never found our house, didn't even find the street. What wasn't a crater was scorched clean. Want to believe it was fast, a flash, both of you vaporized. Lies to make me feel better. I'll never know. Which part of the city got hit first? Northeast and you both died in a blink. Farther away and you burned alive, screaming. Or the blast broken glass and bits of brick and wood splinters shredding you like hamburger. Look at it, coward, and listen. Don't turn away. Face it. If you'd been brave, lucky man, you would have found a spot and blown your brains out. But not you. You took your time walking back, made a shopping trip out of it. Scrounger. The truck was still there on the 77 north of the Spanish Fork. The Chrysler's too, but no sign of the old couple's bones. Outside Nephi, I caught a trail. 3 men, tracks heading toward Fountain Green. Thought about following, but didn't. Stupid fantasy of friends. More likely cannibals. June 20th. Took 2 days to build the door and electrify it. No soliciting. Home, sweet home. And then 11 years later. September 20th. I count 28 of them. 11 adult males, 8 females, 9 children aged 2 to 10. Some rifles and pistols in bad repair. Old world clothes. Ratty. Got close enough last night to hear them talk. Spanish, I think. From Mexico? Heard them say paradiso a bunch. Think that means paradise. Here to stay then. Seem harmless. Seem. October 5th. The one I called Maria is pregnant. Think the father is Jose, but she spends a lot of time with Pablo too. October 7th. Pedro ran out to pee in the stream and would have seen me if he looked to his left. Too close. Need to give them space. November 10th. Jose broke his leg chasing a bighorn. Too far from camp for them to hear. Told myself to leave it be, but couldn't. 300 yards from their camp. Did my best Jose screaming imitation until a bunch of them came looking, then strung them along to the crest where they could hear the real Jose. Probably useless. Compound fracture. Broke the skin. November 11th. Infection. Too many damned words are nearly the same. Think I'd be fluent. But anyways, Jose's leg has got it, so he's going to die. Nature for you. Of course they're giving prayer a try. The next day. Left bottle of antibiotics on a rock outside their camp last night. They thanked God, Dios, of course, as though he saw fit to burn the world but still cared enough to leave some medicine on a rock. November 15th. Jose will always limp, but otherwise he'll be okay. Good deed for the month. Will they make it through the winter? Like, it's just so good, man. It's just so good. It just keeps getting better, too. But it's also incredibly depressing and sad. But, that's okay with Fallout, right? That's okay. And here we are at the next cave. The Stone Bones Cave. More traps, of course. Lots of dead people. We'll disarm these for the XP. About to level up anyways. Oh. Stepped on that one. Light step OP. You gotta hand it to him. Dude knew how to set up traps. Lots of traps. I guess for the cannibals. Is this a dead end? It might be. Gotta go the other way. Here we are. What do we get? Some lead. Sure. Another explosives crate with tons of more explosives. Another survival cache with just some more good stuff in it. Lots of flamer fuel. Not the most useful, but we'll take it anyways. And the Desert Ranger combat armor. So this is part of what I was talking about. Pretty freaking sick. It's kind of hard to see in here because the cave's so dark. And give a better view once we leave though, I guess. And we will take the energy cells. All right, more terminal entries. Year 2096. So this is a year later from the last one. So sometimes you'll see me skip words, and that's because I have heard recently people complaining about getting demonetized. So yes. Evers killed all the men. I hate having to do that, but I just don't want to deal with YouTube sometimes. It's not worth it. I think they would have taken the women alive, but Maria and Selena opened fire and some of the others went for their guns, so they shot them down and some of the kids went with them. If I could have warned them. Elena and Carmen and 5 children still alive, being kept in a pen. There are more than 100 of these a-holes in blue suits. Every suit says 22 on the back. Why? Armed to the teeth with submachine guns and pistols. Estimated 60% male. Everyone seems to follow the dark-haired guy, but can't get close enough to tell. A-holes are disciplined. Patrols, sentries, they mean business. Say I go in at night and get the women and children out. Where to next? But I have to get them out. Have to. February 13th. Recon during night. Well-organized sentries along most approaches, but stream not covered. Are they sick? Lots of coughing fits. Tuberculosis? Women and children still in pen. Will try to infiltrate by stream tomorrow night. February 14th. They ate them. February 19th. Ambush along Riverside Trail. 6 males killed. Heard their coughing a mile away. Used their grenades to booby-trap bodies. Kept half. Secured 6 submachine guns. 500 rounds of 10mm. 6 frags. April 20th. Ambush along Riverside Trail. 2 males died checking bodies. Killed 2 more with rifle. Shot 1 through calf and let the a-hole crawl off to spread message. Coughed like I'd shot him through the lungs. February 23rd. Ambush half-mile east of Coal Pits Wash. 8 males killed. Like, this dude is such a bad A. Next one. February 28th. Ambush in the Narrows. 6 males killed. Took a 10mm through thigh steel jacket. Missed femoral. Lucky. Used a tourniquet to make sure no blood spattered on the rocks back to the cave. Have set traps all along the entrance passage, but if they find me, it will only be a matter of time. Still, 24 confirmed kills in 10 days. At least 1/3 of their combat force. Not bad for an old man. March 2nd. Lucky. Patrol was small. 3 men. Screaming woke me. Point man caught under deadfall. Panic fire ricocheted into the cave, almost hit me. Crawled forward and killed them all with SMGs. Nearly used frags. Stupid. Finger and pin when remembered ricochets. Leaving at once. No other patrols in the area, but they'll be searching Narrows for these 3. Taking as much food as I can drag with me and heading to cave south. Well, you left your terminal though, so they know exactly where you're going. That doesn't seem very smart. Oh man, I forgot just how many journal entries there were and how long they take to read. I don't feel like I'm going to be able to finish this in a single video, unfortunately. So we will visit one last location before we call it, and then I guess next time we will finish up the rest of the survival story here. Oh yeah, here's his armor. It says, "Forgive me, mama." Here, I can do the better camera angle too so you guys can see it. Sergeant Vickers RB. USMC. Now, this is one of my favorite vanilla or DLC sets of armor in the entire game. So freaking cool. One of the coolest parts about it too is it's not NCR like faction gated, so you can wear this without pissing off the Legion and stuff. I feel like until the Lonesome Road came out, it was the only NCR armor too that didn't have like affiliation with it. So super cool. I love the sort of gunslinger look, even more so than the other armors. I don't know. So freaking cool. Anyways, like I said, just one more stop. It's not actually a cave, but it is a often overlooked little thing. So he's mentioned a few times that these... Holy crap, Yaguai. So he has mentioned a few times, yes, a few times about these people with number 22s on their backs. Do you guys recognize... oh. Waking Cloud just got destroyed, and apparently she's not essential. Okay, I forgot to set her to essential, or at least up her health a bunch. That's really funny. Okay, let's talk more protecty. But yeah, so the guy in his journals has been mentioning that they have 22s on their back and that they're having a hard time breathing. Like their lungs are, you know, busted or diseased. Wouldn't you know it? They're from Vault 22, the vault that we cleared out before. Cool stuff. People came from Vault 22 all the way here to Zion, and they brought their little disease-carrying spores with them, which is a terrifying thought, but also really cool that it ties back into a vault from the base game. A vault I'm glad we did. A vault I'm glad we did, because now it makes more sense. We know the history of that vault. Gosh dang, there's like... Don't die. I need to like look up the commands to make you essential, because I always forget them. Anyways, you want to come here, not because there's not any like journal entries here, but yes, here is the camp of them. Maybe these are some of the ones he's killed. Of the Vault 22 vault dwellers who made it. And you do find this little note here. Beware, a vengeful spirit stalks these canyons. I wonder who they're talking about with that note. Ooh, more jumpsuits. We will take them. Okay, well, what does the note say? If you're reading this message, then do yourself a favor and run straight out of this canyon. For near 11 months, my people have been engaged in a daily battle with an evil spirit of this place. Arriving February of last year with a party of 118 strong, we were attacked by primitives and forced to defend ourselves, whereupon something began killing us in wide numbers. We have done our absolute best to find and kill this thing, thinking it was a man because it uses our firearms against us and traps of all kinds. But no man could defy our efforts as this thing has. It is more evil than any man could be. We have been reduced to just 34 of our number. We have lost 6 overseers before me. Some have perished from the sickness in their lungs we carried out of the vault. But that number is small next to the amount of friends this thing has murdered. Now that I am finally made overseer, we are leaving straight away and will not return. If you have come to this seeming paradise seeking the fresh water, abundant game, and shelter you suppose you will find here, do not be deceived. You will find only death here. Leave at once and put miles between you and this place. May God have mercy on us all. J. Hendricks, Overseer of the Vault 22 Expedition. That is amazing. And I feel like people often overlook this note when they're doing this quest because nothing ever really sends you over here, right? You might stumble upon all of the other caves, but you're not, unless you're just exploring, you're not going to stumble upon this camp over here in the corner. I was trying to finish his story all in a single video, but we spent a lot of time talking to Joshua Graham again, so we will just have to finish his story next time. I hope you guys are enjoying this DLC as much as I am. I am having a ton of fun. This is my favorite DLC, and the stuff we're doing right now, reading these journals, is a big part of it. So I wanted to share that with you guys, and I look forward to finishing these journal entries next time. Anyways, if you made it this far and enjoyed this content, consider liking the video and subscribing if you have not already, as it helps the channel immensely. Other than that though, thank you for watching and peace out.